Hi there, it's John and Calvin with Video Trail Reports. We're here in Hidden Valley Park in Sandy, Utah to hike to the Bear Canyon Bridge. The bridge over Bear Canyon is a 185-foot span, over 100 feet above the canyon floor. Completed July 1st, 2015 by Ralph L. Wadsworth Construction and funded by donations from the community and local businesses. The bridge was built to protect the water resources in Bear Canyon without limiting access to this site. The bridge is part of the Draper Trail System, which is a section of the Bonneville Shoreline Trail. This trail is over 100 miles in length, clinging to the eastern mountains of Salt Lake and Utah counties. Despite being so close to residential areas in Salt Lake County, this trail is very dense with life, such as deer, insect life, and hummingbirds. Of course, this area is valuable for its water resources, so pay attention to signage. Although there are many trailheads you could use to get to Bear Canyon Bridge, I began my hike at the Hidden Valley Park in Sandy, Utah. Here you'll find amenities like picnic tables, park benches, playgrounds, and pavilions, as well as restrooms. To see other trailheads to this area, please check out part 2 of this series. To reach the trailhead, follow the walkways of the park south until you find the signage for the Aqueduct Road. Then continue up the service road toward Little Willow Creek. Each year, the Haugen family climbs the walls of this canyon to hang this 80-foot flag for the month of July. Throughout this trail, you'll be skirting against the edge of a watershed, so make sure you're reading signs and keeping to the right. Just before you reach the gate, you'll turn right and descend down the stairs. This will take you into the Little Willow Creek. Here you'll see the bridge that was constructed in 2009. After you cross the bridge, you'll ascend from Little Willow Creek. After this climb up, the trail will remain fairly level for the remainder of the hike. Once you're at the top, you'll have a view of Draper and Sandy that will remain your companion for the rest of the hike. Here, the trail is fairly narrow and cut into the hillside. The benefit is, if you're hiking in the morning, it'll provide plenty of shade. One of my favorite things about this trail is this rock formation. Here, the trail winds its way through the rocks that have fallen off the hillside. If for any reason you don't want to go through the rocks or the trail is blocked, there's a small trail that goes around this formation to the right. Shortly after passing through the rock tunnel, the hillside will become less steep, with these exposed rocks. Here the trail will be far more exposed with much less shade. Just before reaching the Bear Canyon Bridge, you'll see the Bear Canyon Loop off to your left. As you round the northern edge of Bear Canyon, you'll soon see the bridge come into view. This is also where this trail intersects with the Aqueduct Trail and Ralph's Trail, both of which you can see more of in part 2 of this series. And here it is, Bear Canyon Bridge. From atop the bridge, you'll have an excellent view of Bear Canyon. There's a waterfall back in here, but it is protected watershed, so you won't be able to go if you have a dog with you. To the west, you'll be able to see down Bear Canyon Bridge, out into Draper City. On the southern end of the bridge, you'll see the other end of the Bear Canyon Loop. Proceed up here to go to the waterfalls. There's also an additional monument dedicated to the bridge's designer. Although the bridge can be reached from the southern side via Orson Smith Park, I much prefer the trail to the north, as it has much more foliage and interesting rock formations. There's also access to the Cherry Canyon Logging Trail. And a short while later, the Bonneville Shoreline Trail splits off from the Orson Smith Trail. For part 2 of this series, we'll come up Orson Smith Trail, go back to the waterfalls, and end our hike down at Ralph's Trail. Thank you for watching this episode of Video Trail Reports. Since you made it this far, why don't you consider subscribing to Video Trail Reports, or giving a thumbs up for Calvin. We're also available online at videotrailreports.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Thanks for watching.